Good morning. It is Monday and I stayed up a little late last night with a little Pinot Grigio and I'm impatient, so I finished this book. So that's how it ended up. Love it. I had a lot of different ideas for it, but I ended up going with this. I love it. It's got some little fabric hanging out at the end, some sari trim, because I had ripped the cover by accident when pulling off the thing, so I had to repair it, and so I repaired it with that, thinking it kind of fit with the mood. And I don't remember where I got this. I have a couple of them, so it might have been like a package. It might be Tim Holtz, actually. I don't buy a lot of his stuff, but maybe it was. And then I loved this because I feel like it looks like a lotus, and that's part of a sari trim also. Yeah, the owl. I accidentally, actually no, the needle, it was the needle, stabbed me. So this is, it's already chunky. When I go with something, I typically go, like I'm kind of impatient. So, and I love how it sounds. It's got a little, maybe it's not jingling right now, but it's got some bells. Oh, I hope the bells don't fall off. We'll see. So I'll do a quick little flip through, and then there's a couple things I want to add to it that I kind of forgot about, because I forget my plan and I kind of just go, and I wanted some things in there that didn't make it. But I do love this. I think it turned out so pretty. So this is sari silk as the closure. This is just scrapbook paper that I inked up, and underneath it is a shirt that I got at the thrift store to use as fabric. And the title page with a stamp, and I just used distress ink to kind of tie in with the sepia colors of how I see India. So there's one of the little bells. Love these things. They're like little bells. And this is all of the trim on here. Almost all of it is sari or lace. Well, this is from the dollar store. This is an old sheet. A friend recently gave me these in a package, and this was the perfect journal for them. Sorry. Yeah, so it's just various trims. We'll get to that. This one came on a package that I had ordered. And I need to add a bell to the bottom. It's not 100% done, but it's 99.9% done. I do love it. Okay, so we'll just go through it. I'll come down a little bit so that you can see better. So this is, the title page that I stamped on. I didn't use much of the book. I don't know why. I just do what I do, and I don't know why. But I love this page because it has the India map. This is some of my own ink dyed paper with some lace. A vintage flower book. So I made it, I like to journal a lot, and I don't mind journaling on this. I actually like texture, so there's quite a bit of journaling space in here, because if I'm going to end up using it, that's how I like my books to be. Less decorative, more journaling. So this is a vintage flower page, but on this side, I can gesso it and write on it, or I can just like write and then glue it in, which is what I often will do, or glue it in and then write, whatever I want to do. Like this one would be perfect, right? So that's how I do with pages that are like this. This one, I loved how it is. There's some embellishments that I wanted to do and I forgot. Like, I wanted to do this on a page where it's a cutout of a heart on the corner. But I went with it. And some things I wanted to do, I forgot. And I feel like things are supposed to end up how they do. So, whatever, Ink dyed, or maybe beet dyed, or maybe even, I don't know, it's one of my dyes. I have a collection. There's a bunch in there. And another of the lotus. It's a lotus in a bowl, I believe. And another bird page. And here's another one where I can just take to find what I'm looking for. I'm not finding it. This is not right. But see how I do this? Like, I put journaling spaces on, and then you could always, like, I could even glue that in if I wanted. Or this. I could write on it and trim it down to fit in that little spot. Because I do like to use journals as journals, or even a tag. Oh, I forgot to use this. I could even put a tag in. Like, you could do whatever you want with the spots. You can make a band and then put the tag in. There's so many options. And this one I would just cover up completely. And sometimes I'll like take this and tape it in. Here is some of my tea-dyed paper. And I put a little stamping in the other side, and I cut out this candle. I thought it was cool. I thought to make it a tuck spot, but I thought this might get ripped, so I ended up leaving it as it was. So this page I left as the center because I don't know if you can see it, but there's gold trim along the edge, and I wanted to keep that. And the only way to keep that was to have the pages together. Otherwise, you'd lose that gold edge. And this is just like some journaling space from a vintage travel book. And a little stamping there. And the other side of the bird book. And on this one, I went ahead and put another pocket. I used a candle from the same candle book. And some journaling spaces. A vintage postcard. And ink dyed paper, or note card. And old scrapbooking paper. And on here is the other side of the paper. Oh, this one got a little crooked. So this is what happens when I get a little crazy. Oh, you know what? This one, actually, I lied. This one I had glued on and I decided to change it and it ripped. But I need to fix this, actually. I think what I'll probably just do is just cut off the page right here and have a re-go at it. Mistakes happen. I don't mind it, actually, though. And like I said, I think I'm going to keep this one. I'll probably make 3 more to sell, but this one, the first one was my first go. Well, there's a packet. And then here is some journaling spots. And this one is from the same candle book, and then I put ink dyed paper on the back with a stamp and some distress ink for a journaling spot. I got these at the dollar store a long time ago, or maybe Target in their dollar section. And some of these pages do have weird marks, but I don't mind that. I like this Be the Love and a journaling spot. Bird book. Love this page. I took music paper and distressed the edges, and then this palmistry card. I'm not sure where I got it. I've been cleaning my supplies, which is why I'm making a lot of books right now. Kind of using up things, but I love this. I don't know, I just love this little flip. And so a note on that too. So when you have a spot like this that it's all used up, I'm going to show you later in the book because I made a spot, but what you can do is just journal on there. You know, you could glue this on and then journal on here. So you can use part of the paper and still have it decorative. I do that later in the book, I know. I'll show you. It's the last thing I did last night. Stamping and more, I don't know, whatever dyed paper. Some of it I ironed and some of it I didn't. And so some of it's kind of wonky, but I like it because it gives it texture. I wasn't sure about putting this page in assignments. I'm not sure how it relates to India, but I liked the colors, so I went with it. And some journaling spots and just some fun, let's do the red, some fun spots. And then the back page is also, of course, for journaling. There's a lot of writing space in this book. Even on here, I can write. There's another one. And this doubles as like a writing board. You know, when you're like writing on a page that has stuff behind it, you can put, like here, this is behind it. You put this here, and then you can write on it, and it's a hard surface. And then it also is part of the book, and you can also journal on it, so it's got like options. All I did for that was I took a rose book and I glued it to card or a file folder. Yeah, so here is a little pocket with some journaling spots. This is like a household expense envelope, vintage. You'll see the other side of it in a minute. This is ink splattered paper. This is a cool page, an experience in cosmic consciousness. And what I thought I would do, since this is where the binding was, I thought to make a pocket out of it and glue it shut. And then it can be like a little spot. And then I could have a dangle coming off there. Or a tag, you know. So I'll probably end up gluing that shut. So it'll be a little flip. And then, you know, you can decorate this with like, say that. I can do like it like that. Yeah, so that's probably what I'll do with that. I'll just leave it in there. It reminds me. This is the other side of this. Oh, you know what? Maybe. Oh, it's on this side. Wait, what side is it on? I thought it said what it was. Oh no, it says the month and the year. I don't know, they're fun. I have like a package of 10 of those. I found them somewhere. Tea-dyed paper with some cool imprints. I love all the little things hanging off. I was using a lot of light pinks because I was thinking of self-love. Like I think of yoga and I think of self-love and, you know, all that stuff. So the color of self-love is light pink. So that's why all the light pink is coming in. And blue is just calming, serenity. Here's one of my gel print tags with some sari silk. So here's where I was talking about. So this is, you know, you can write on it, but to make it even more writable, you can just, I was going to glue it in. And then I ran into my wax seal that I had already had done. I do these ahead of time so that I could use them as tuck spots. Instead of, you know, sometimes I do it right on envelopes if I send somebody something, if I remember. Otherwise, I just make them ahead and do it like that. I love this page with this color, with this. It's beautiful. This is going to be harder to write on, but it'll be okay. Just have to use the black liquid ink. I used a lot of birds and stuff because I feel like nature and spirit and all of that. I feel the presence of birds. I love this veiny paper. So lots of journaling space, you know. This one's pretty. This came to me in a package of sari trims that I had ordered. She had included that. This is like a flip up journaling spot in the back too. This is sari fabric that's been, you know, put through the wringer. Thought that was cute. And my New York Times. I have a bunch of this paper. I love it. I use it in a lot of my journals. Looks cool. Ink it up, make it look old. Love it. And then this one is, I used it because it says Gandhi is killed by a Hindu. India shaken, world mourns, 15 die in rioting in Bombay. Just, you know, has to do with India. Not a lot of New York Times covers has India, and that one does. Love this paper. And it's big too, so you have to make it fit. I had to trim it and then fold it up. And then I liked an airmail envelope. So I kind of, story kind of goes in my mind. So I'm thinking flowers for a morning and a letter coming from overseas to say something. You know, my mind kind of drifts. could be the wine. Haha. I haven't distressed any of this yet, but I will do the edges to make it look, you know, vintagey. Love the envelope. They don't do it like that anymore. I need to get some more of these. This is like one of my last ones. Of the old ones. And then this is another journaling spot. I thought to use this as the writing card, but you only need one. And then I used, whenever I have like this where I'm linking two things, I use a book page or washi tape, but this was a page from the book, and every now and then you see my guru. Well, you did when I was taping it. When I was gluing it. Maybe no gurus came through. Well, there's, so my guru is right there. And there's another one, my guru. Or was that the same one? No, there's two. So I thought it was cute. So my guru, Gandhi, it made more sense than washi tape. So I had to do another pocket because I had to fold it up to make it fit. So I put this fun stuff in there, a gel print tag, a palmistry guide. None of this has been distressed yet. An old receipt from 1973, which was the year I was born. And a journaling spot. And I will distress this maybe when I write on it, or maybe I'll do that today. There's a couple more things I want to do to this thing. This was a fun one to make. I had a lot of fun with this last night. I love this trim. I've used it on a lot of things. I have to show you another project that I have where this is probably the favorite thing I've ever found, and I only have a little bit left. And I'm going to be so sad. I don't even know where to get that. And this is like, I use this page. It's the other side of the flower page. But in Indian cooking, you use a lot of pumpkins and squash. Like I myself do a lot of curries with pumpkin and coconut milk. So this page is cool. This came from a jewelry box. I wish I had one laying around, but I don't. It came from a jewelry box from a local company that I got from our recycling center, and I just cut the top of it out and used it as a pocket. And this is a little trim somebody gave me for my studio the other day. Little note I found thrifting, and this is something I made, one of the first things I ever made when starting to get into like paper crafts. So like last year. And I was like, I liked the green button for it and the butterfly. I really didn't know what I was doing, but it was the first attempt, and I put it in here because of that. Like, now I kind of know what I'm doing. It's been a year and I've picked up some things. So, and it looks cute, so why not? And then behind it is also journaling space. More journaling space. Vintage ledger paper. More birds. There's a lot of birds I'm noticing in this book, but that's all right. By the time I fill it up, it won't be so bird heavy. Guess I was in a birdie mood. I love this paper. So this might be a little dark to write on, but that's maybe when I want to write something private that won't be easily seen. Like maybe I don't really, you know, if I'm having like a bad day or a negative day, I could write on these pages because then you're not going to really see it. It's really pretty. I love this trim. I have the whole dupatta of this. Need to cut it up. This little stamp of the Hamza. I love this stamp. Got this from India. Where is it? It's a cool wooden stamp. Oh, here it is. So it's like this. Pretty cool, huh? I love it. I use it a lot in gel printing. Coriander is a spice often used in Indian cooking. And I made a little pocket. That's just a card to alter. Some butterflies, a guest check, and old scrapbooking paper that I found randomly. Tea-dyed ledger paper. I love how this flower is picking up. That makes me happy. This is a piece of scrapbook paper that I sprayed with sepia ink and water. I just make a spray bottle of it. I use these little mini misters, And I just put like 3 drops of ink and squirt some water in, and it works like a charm. This came from a shirt I found thrifting recently. I wanted some bright lace, so I was on the prowl, and I found some. Oh, speaking of which, I gotta show something at the end of this video. I found something this week that blew my mind. Ink or coffee dye paper with some stamping. I love this stamp. It's great for like Indian theme. Reminds me of henna. So when I did get married, I did actually have an Indian wedding, so I kind of, you know, I kind of love the dots, and it reminds me of stuff. Not that I'm married anymore, but, you know, my kids still have half of that culture. So this is the Tree of Life, and somebody at the studio gave me these the other day, and I think you're supposed to use them more than one day, but they're kind of cute. I wanted to use the elephant, and maybe I still will today. Maybe I'll put it on now. And then there's the feather. And the rest I think I use. There's an elephant. Did I just say elephant? Yeah, I'm sleepy. And this I haven't glued down because I'm not sure if I want it as a text spot or if I just want to have it as an open journaling spot. Or I could even have it as an additional flip out. Like you can, like that would look kind of cool to glue it there and then it flips out. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. I like the way that looks now that I'm looking at it. And this is another one I can either glue it down or have it as open space. I love this. And I could hang something from here too if I want to. And here's the other side of the cardamom, or yeah, the cardamom. I'm not cardamom, coriander page. And it's cloves. And that's also used in Indian cooking. This is just, I don't know where these came from. I just found them randomly. So I'm having a feeling it might be Tim Holtz ephemera. And when I first started doing this, it's like I didn't like how sterile it looked. But now I know how to like grunge it up myself. So I'm probably going to do that later today. I'll put on I don't like it all white. So on the back, or I might even do something like this. You know, I don't know. And a little doily. One of my ink dyed, tea dyed index cards. I love these. I'm actually wondering if I should sell these because people have been asking me how I do it. And I really do love doing it. It's fun. It does take a lot of time though. I don't know why I'm taking the time to do this now, except I probably won't do it later because I have my kids. And today's a weird school day where they only have to check in. So maybe I'll drag them outside into the sunshine. Some more of that stamping. I did a lot of stamping in this book, which I normally don't do, but it was fun. Different for me. Another little piece of the trim. Lots of journaling space in this one. And even this. Even though it looks like you can't, it's totally writable. Use that board and dark ink. I love it. It's so beautiful. And this is probably one of my favorite pages ever. Can't believe I finally used it. I just love the way this happened. I think a friend did this one actually for me, if I remember right. Or maybe not. I don't remember. She lives down the street and we sometimes do, but I love the way it turned out. I kind of wish it was turned the other way where it was like this was the outline, but you can't control everything, can you? This I forgot to distress, but I like it kind of clean anyway. It's just I don't know, another one of those accounting ledger books, different style. I love this. Oh my God. Look at that. The little mirrors on it. Does not just make you like immensely happy. Little date book from 1987. This one's a little crooked. So what I might do to fix the look of it is have something hang on it. Well, when in Rome, let's just do it. I want to add some more bells too. I like the bells. Now it has an excuse to droop. Just a scrap of ledger paper. And this is a piece of scrapbook paper that I tea dyed. I like to do that if it's white on the other side. I tea dye it. And a little pom-pom. This is my last one of these from the dollar store or from Target. I think it might have been Target actually. And another vintage airmail envelope. I love these old ones, and I only have 5 of these. Kind of stingy with them. Oh, something's wrong. Okay, so this was, you can alter the envelopes to make it fit, but I kind of like the naturalness of it, knowing that it is just like an envelope folded. I kind of don't want to alter that. I kind of like it, so I leave it. But if you want to, all you do is you cut a piece of paper, you know, in that shape, and you can cover it. But I like it like this. I like it a little grungy, a little funky. And I love the way this, I dyed it with tea and ink. Actually, I think I used something else. I think this is avocado dyed paper, and then I got finished, so then I added some ink into it. It's kind of like a tie-dye. And then I don't often use stamps, but I had the butterfly and I had the live, and I thought that was sweet. Ah, that's where it's jingling from. But yeah, so I had this hanging off to the side. That's why it wasn't jingling earlier. I had it hanging off to the side, but it obviously moved. This came about from, like, right now, if you look at my table, there's the little sequins from cutting all of the various sari things. So I was Mod Podging this, or what do you call it, gel mediuming it, and the fuzz kept getting on it, so then I just cleaned it up with it so that it was intentional. And I love how all the sparkles are coming through. And this is the edge of, I don't know, something. And then I just put a little sequin that I found on the table, a random bead that fell off of this. This is not going to last, I realized. I took one of those beads, I put it on, and a little bell from Tibet. And also is just a random, I think this is from a coloring book, and a piece of pink self-love paper. And yeah, so this is trim, but it's not going to last. I'm going to have to do something here. I'll figure that out. It's not bad. It is going to last like this, but eventually it'll probably fall off. It'll get caught on something. I'll probably just, to fix this, I'll probably just end up cutting off. Actually, I'll probably just leave it and leave the beads, and then when it falls off, I'll add something on here. Even the silver alone's not bad. And there's the other side of that paper. I love all of this paper. This is just regular notebook paper, dyed. I don't even mind the wrinkles because I was pressing them. Some of them unironed, but put them under heavy books. But I actually like that. It's like natural. It's what would happen, right? If you made a homemade book, it's what would happen. And I had to have this page as the finale because look at that. Is that not like so gorgeous? Love it. And then scrapbook paper, and underneath you could see a sequins peeking out, which I'm absolutely fine with. Kind of was the point. And then I did the hidden spine because I went back and forth on the cover whether I should put lines here of yellow, like bright, like turmeric colored, just here, like faux stitching. I really didn't know what to do, but I actually think I love the simplicity of the butterfly and the lotus and all of this goodness. So there she is. And today I might take some, I want to share something else. I'll probably take some of the pictures from the book. It's a great book, by the way. But this one was, you know, pages were stuck together. It's old. It's a little rough. But these are some other ones that I really love. Oh, by the way, the cover's not done. It's just that I don't want to rush myself. So I know which, I'm thinking of two things, and I'll show you. One is I'm thinking about painting my own lotus on there. I do a lot of lotuses. I paint them, but on big canvases. It would be easy for me just to do a little lotus on here. The other option is to glue one on. Another one is from this book I showed yesterday. There's a page in here I like. Let's see if I can find it. This is one. I thought about cutting those out and making that a tuck spot. But what I think I'm going to end up with is there's a lotus pond around me that I've taken pictures at every year that it blooms. And it's a very spiritual, special place to me. And I'm thinking about taking my own photo and cutting it out and putting on there. And it'll be very personalized then to me, as that's the lotus pond that I go to. So that's what I'm thinking about for the cover. I'm not rushing myself because I hate it when I do that and I just get it done and then I'm sad because I wish I had done something else. So this book I found like this and it is amazing. I used it a lot. It was left outside, so it's got a lot of, it's gross, but it's amazing. It's called Offerings. And I found it at the free library. It's all waterlogged. I found it sitting outside, basically to be thrown away. And it's